Welcome to Math Course 1, Middle School Math. Of course, we are doing Unit 2, Multiplying and Divided Fractions. Topic 4, Using Reciprocals. Don't forget, open your student workbooks. Let's go. At the end of just about every image, we will have activities. So we will have an activity to do. So it's in your student workbook. Reciprocals, multiplying and dividing fractions. So today we're going to review three important fraction skills: reciprocals, multiplying fractions, and dividing fractions. These three ideals work together. And once you understand them, fraction problems become so much easier. So first, what is a reciprocal? A reciprocal is made by flipping a fraction upside down. For example, 2/3 becomes 3/2. 4/5 becomes 5/4. Good, 5/4. When you multiply a fraction by its reciprocal, the answer is always 1. So next, how do we multiply fractions? When multiplying fractions, we simply multiply straight across. It's just that simple. Straight across. Multiply the numerators, the top number times the top number. Then multiply the denominators, the bottom number times the bottom number. Let's look at this example. 2/3 times 3/4. How are we going to multiply it? Multiply the numerators. 2 times 3 equals 6. Good. Multiply the denominators. 3 times 4 equals 12. Good. So our answer is what? 6/12. Now simplify the fraction. Both 6 and 12 can be divided by 6. Okay? That gives us half. It gives us 1/2. So 2/3 times 3/4 equals 1/2, half. Now, how do we divide fractions? To divide fractions, we use the reciprocal of the second fraction. Remember, we're gonna flip it, huh? We're gonna flip it, yes. So let's look at the example. 3/4 divided into 2/3. First, keep the first fraction, 3/4. Next, change the division sign into what? Multiplication. Yes, you remember in it from the last study we did. Excellent. Excellent. So keep the first fraction, 3/4. Change the division sign into multiplication. Then flip the second fraction. Okay, flip it. Now it's time to do the reciprocal. Flip that fraction. What is the reciprocal? The reciprocal of 2/3 become 3/2. Now it's time to multiply. 3/4 times 3/2. All right? So 3/4 times 3/2. Now multiply the numerators. 3 times 3 equals 9. Multiply the denominators. 4 times 2 equals 8. That gives us 9/8. Since 9 is larger than 8, we change it to a mixed number. So what does that mean? 9 divided into 8 equals 1, with the remainder of 1. That means we were dividing. To change that improper number to a mixed number, we're going to divide, right? So 9 divided into 8 gave us 1 with the remainder of 1. So the final answer was 1 and 1/8, because we always keep the denominator and just move it over to the answer, which was 8. So key reminders: a reciprocal is made by inverting a fraction, flipping a fraction, okay? To multiply fractions, multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators, then simplify if needed. To divide fractions, remember the rule: keep it, change, flip, then you multiply, and finally simplify if necessary. Remember, reciprocals help us divide fractions. multiply straight across, simplify your answer when possible, and always use keep, change, flip when dividing fractions, and simplify if possible. There we go. Go ahead and pause it. If you have an activity at the bottom of this image, pause it and do your activity. Excellent job. Remember, repetition is the key. Understanding becomes easier when you repeat it in a way to where it sinks in. So we're learning about reciprocals, how to multiply fractions, and how to divide fractions. These three skills work together, and once you understand reciprocals, dividing fractions becomes much easier. So first, what is a reciprocal? Let's go over it one more time. A reciprocal is made by flipping a fraction. The numerator and denominator switch places. For example, 2/3 become 3/2. 4/5 become 5/4. 7/8 become 8/7. So reciprocals always come in pairs. Next, multiplying fractions. When multiplying fractions, we multiply straight across. Let's use the example 2/3 times 3/4. First, multiply the numerators. 2 times 3 will equal 6. Next, multiply the denominators. 3 times 4 will equal 12. Now we have 6 twelfths, so 6/12. Finally, simplify the fraction. Both 6 and 12 can be divided by 6. That gives us half. That gives us 1/2. So 2/3 times 3/4 equals 1/2, half. Now we're going to divide fractions. To divide fractions, we use the reciprocal of the second fraction. So to divide fractions, we use the reciprocal of the second fraction. Let's look at the example. 3/4 divided into 2/3. First, step 1, keep the first fraction, 3/4. Step 2, change the division sign into a multiplication sign. Step 3, flip the second fraction. 2/3 will become 3/2. Now the problem becomes 3/4 times 2/3. 3/4 times 3/2, the reciprocal, right? Multiply the numerators. 3 times 3 equals 9. Now we're going to multiply the denominators. 4 times 2 equals 8. So our answer is 9/8, right? So since the numerator is larger than the denominator, this is an improper fraction. It can also be written as the mixed number 1 and 1/8. Why? Because we divided 8 into 9. And we're only going to get one whole group when we divide 8 into 9, right? Yes. And then we're going to have one remainder. And we're going to take the 8 that was already there and use it in the new answer. So that's how we get 1 and 1/8. Excellent job. So you could pause this slide to go over the steps again, all right? And the quick tips. But I think I said it so many times where I'm just going to keep going. Pause the slide to review your activities in your student workbook. Excellent job. Slide is put in place just in case you need to repeat it again, just in case you need to break it down even further because you still don't understand it. So if you do need to break it down even further, take a minute, pause this image, pause the video, and read through this slide. Okay? It's repetition at its finest again. But read through this slide, take a moment, call someone over, and read through this slide, and that's how you're going to learn this even better. So pause the image, pause the video, and do your activity and keep going. This is the end of the presentation. This is the end of the video. This is just an extra slide to break those points down even more. If you need extra help, this is the part where you call an adult over to assist you with what you've been told. This is purely for you to read. This slide right here, this image right here is for you to step back and read. And if the tips and reminders are still not clear to you, then you need adult assistance. And as I said before, these videos are made with the intention of an adult being present and assisting you and sitting down and listening and looking at the same time. So, bye for now. We'll see you later. Pause, do the activity at the bottom in your workbook, and we'll see you next time. Excellent job, creative learning adventurers. It is my hope that this was a meaty, very informational presentation. There were slides at the end of it that gave you the opportunity to pause and reread it yourself. Because in learning, you must be able to read things yourself and see if you understand it, especially if what's being said is a little confusing. It just means that you need to read it yourself so you can break it down in your mind. Again, we will see you next time. Bye for now. Beautiful, intelligent, creative learning adventures. Keep growing. Knowledge is power. Always remember, like, comment, and subscribe. And if this was one of the presentations, one of the videos that was a little bit harder for you, drop it in the comments below and make it understood that you would like me to do an actual video with me in front of a board teaching you how this go. That's fine. Just drop it in the video, drop it at the bottom in the comment section, and I will do so. Bye for now. We'll see you later.